Happy new moon in Aquarius. This Aquarius new moon becomes exact at 4:42 p.m. New York time or 21:42 Greenwich Mean Time on Friday, January 24th. The wolf moon, as this January new moon is known, marks the first moon following this most recent eclipse season, meaning, hey everyone, we made it. We made it through eclipse season. Fantastic. Eclipse season can be a rocky time for everyone. Some of you may have already experienced major shakeups in your lives during the past 6 weeks, and for others, the shakeups and shifts were energetically programmed into your field over the past 6 weeks, and you'll be seeing them manifest in physical reality soon. This Aquarius new moon is all about new beginnings and anchoring the future into the now. This second half of the month of January and the first half of February provide an energetic gateway for accelerated manifestation as all major planets are moving forward astrologically speaking. This is a rare occurrence, and it is best that we take advantage of it to see the futures we are dreaming of, individually and collectively, in the now. Aquarius is optimistic, idealistic, and hopeful. It has a powerful forward-pushing edge of let's get it done kind of energy. Take advantage of this energy along with all of the planets moving forward to really push yourself forward with courage on any projects you are beginning or thinking about beginning. What type of life do you want to set yourself up to be actually living in 2021, 2022, 2023, and beyond? What might be realistic for you to accomplish in 2020 that will set you up for that kind of life? How about getting started with that right now? This month is really about making progress on all levels. No more waiting, no more holding yourself back, and no more self-sabotage. Go out there and make new connections, start a new business, start a new cleanse or healing diet. Courage and commitment will really pay off at this time. Making moves, as those millennials say, will pay off big time. Start anything new that will set you up to live a great life over the rest of the decade. The time is now. If you're the type of person that accomplishes more when there's a bit of pressure put on you, then I highly recommend hiring a coach or mentor to help you. I'm a mentor for amazing people around the world. However, even I have coaches and healers that help me every week. In fact, the truth is most high-level coaches and healers also have other coaches and healers that push them. One thing that you'll need to work on if you really want to use this time to your fullest advantage and begin or continue to make your dreams a reality is overcoming any patterns of self-sabotage. Transcending self-sabotage. The theme of overcoming self-sabotage is something that has been coming up for a lot of lightworkers recently. This is because we have been in the process of clearing house of those patterns which are no longer supporting us stepping fully into our individualized, divinely designed service roles, especially following the January 10th lunar eclipse in Cancer. What I've discovered about self-sabotage is this. The self-saboteur within is only active and with you to provide you a gateway into seeing your own shadow. The shadow is the aggregate of the unprocessed wounds within, whether from this lifetime or other lifetimes. When you become aware of that part of you which has often sabotaged good things from manifesting through lower vibrational choices, you then have the power to transcend that pattern. Of course, on another level, there are no such thing as bad choices, and every choice made out of self-sabotage was only made to help you advance spiritually. But once you become aware of these patterns, there is no longer any need to carry them forward anyways. It's as if you've discovered that you've been carrying a brick attached to your back, and once you recognize there's a brick there, you can put the brick down and go about your life feeling lighter and like things to come more easily and with less struggle. Remember, you always have free will in every moment. It's just that the types of internal and external reactions that you've become accustomed to over and over and over again, which you inherited from those who raised you, keep you stuck in a feedback loop that is called a program. If you have a history of self-sabotaging yourself, that is part of your program. To stop the self-sabotage, you simply need to step out of the program, and that's something you need to practice in every moment. Think to yourself, what would the higher dimensional part of me choose, think, or say in this moment or situation? What types of words or choices or thoughts would likely transmute my karma? Which words, choices, thoughts would likely keep me stuck in the same karmic loop? It's time to get all parts of you on board with your forward momentum. If there's any parts of you that feel stuck in the past, stuck in a lower vibrational timeline, or just stuck in general, ask those parts of you what they need from you. How can you serve them? What an interesting question to ask, right? What these parts are really looking for is safety. It can be scary to parts of you that have been scarred and injured by the past to move forward into a new project, relationship, location, career, a higher income, a new hobby, or anything new. The more you can make these parts of yourself feel safe, like a loving parent would for an anxious child, the easier it is for you to get fully integrated and feel more together than ever before. The self-saboteur also tends to show up when someone has an inclination to be less than forgiving with themselves. This lack of forgiveness towards oneself really hurts and injures the inner child, who already has been hurt by that parental figure who was less than forgiving with them, or with the other parental figure, or with his or herself, as we can literally feel the vibrations of those who raised us when we're very young, especially between the ages of 0 and 6. The shadow's job is to show itself in inconvenient ways in order to get you to recognize where the inner child has been hurt. If you're very harsh on yourself, you'll tend to self-sabotage yourself as well. So learning to also be more forgiving with yourself is another important aspect of transcending self-sabotage. When you gift yourself with the freedom to make as many mistakes as possible and love yourself just the same, the self-saboteur within will evaporate and never need to return. Let's talk about harnessing this powerful Aquarian energy to precipitate changes on the collective level. Aquarius is forward-thinking, progressive, and demands equality. The vast income disparity between the haves and the have-nots of our planet is something that just won't be able to last too much longer during this planetary age of Aquarius. The Aquarian pressure, energetically speaking, will simply become too great and change will occur one way or another. This differs dramatically from the dualistic all-or-nothing shadow energy of the age of Pisces, which we have graduated from. It might look like a pretty impossible task to shift this planet from its current economic system to something that will be able to support the proper nutrition, medical care, and spiritual health of all human beings. But this is not something that is meant to happen overnight. The age of Aquarius began in 2012 and shall last for just over 2,000 years. It's not realistic to think that it's all going to change in just under a decade. We need to have patience and faith while doing what we can to shift the collective consciousness. With so much Capricorn energy setting the stage for 2020, including Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto all in Capricorn for most of the year, there's going to be a lot of focus on economic matters. The income equality is going to be at the forefront of the discourse surrounding the 2020 election in the United States, as will the environment. The United States finds itself coming upon its first Pluto return as a nation, which means we're going to see a lot of changes coming politically. While those in power over the past few hundred years have largely gotten away with serving only the needs of the mega upper class and the large corporations while exempting themselves from following the same rules as the proletariat, this particular game is going to shift. We are going to see the political organization of the United States reform into something that listens more to the desires of the people, which will send ripples through the political economic structure of the entire world. For most of us, the most effective possible thing that we can do to help shift the collective consciousness and to help accelerate this storm of reform that is brewing here in the U.S. is to shift the consciousness within our own vessels. You do not have enough power on your own to shift the entire collective consciousness, but you do have the power to shift the entirety of your individual consciousness with your willpower. One of the laws of the universe is that whatever you have the power to affect is whatever you're meant to have the power to affect. When you try to shift something that you don't have the power to shift, you end up feeling disempowered and victimized, which puts you right back down into that lower vibration where the powers that be don't mind you being. When you take control of what you can control and nothing more, you move into that high vibration of empowerment and self-responsibility, which, by the way, also alleviates self-sabotage, and you become an energetic broadcaster for that high vibration. Like the 100th monkey syndrome, that vibration of empowerment propagates and begins to have an exponentially larger impact on the collective consciousness itself. As the collective consciousness shifts into higher and higher vibrations, it moves to higher and higher timelines where the control structures that are based on fear, trickery, and abuse can no longer stand up vibrationally. It's crucial to remain optimistic about things, both in regards to your individual journey and the collective journey. If one thing is for sure, it's that pessimism will not increase your chances of living the type of life you want to live, individually or collectively. We really need to have that wide-eyed, childlike naivete of everything is possible, because in reality, it really is. You probably know by now that we live in an infinite multiverse, in a holographic projection, and that nothing is totally as concrete and real as it might seem. You know that miracles happen. You might have already experienced a few in your life. Use this new moon time to realign with that energy of believing in, embracing, and even expecting the miraculous. Find ways to recognize the little miracles in your day-to-day life. Every synchronicity is a miracle. Every loving embrace, every ray of sunshine, and every laugh is a miracle. Be the one that recognizes that little miracles happen every day, while the other 99% of people stay in limbo, waiting to be liberated by their own mind. The choice is yours. Chinese New Year, Year of the Rat. Saturday, January 25th, marks the Chinese New Year and the beginning of the Year of the Rat. The rat is known as a clever animal. Think of Pizza Rat for all of you YouTube fans. Old school YouTube fans. So be sure to harness the rat within you and use some tact, cleverness, and creativity to navigate any challenges you might be faced with. Happy New Year to all of those who are celebrating. Wishing you a miraculous new moon in Aquarius. With love, Matthew John. And if you're not familiar with who I am, my name is, of course, Matthew John. I am a spiritual teacher, spiritual healer, intuitive healer, international speaker, Starseed guide, and quantum energy healer, working directly with the Ascended Masters. I've been on an over decade-long awakening journey. You can check out my website. It's super easy to find. It's youradivinehuman.org, all spelled out. You are a divine human. And you can check out my library of videos and articles, and also my offerings for private sessions with people all around the world. I've worked with people in over 50 countries and growing. So if you are anywhere in the world and you want to work with me, I do sessions over phone and Skype. And what I'm doing right now is looking to enroll some new people into my spiritual mentoring program. And this is the most popular way that people work with me. It's a 4, 5, 6, or longer session package. And I'm just going to briefly go over with you what you get in the package. In the 4-session package, you get a 90-minute soul plan reading and spiritual mentoring session. And what I'm doing in that session is connecting in with your spirit guides and also my guides to channel through information about your life plan. So I'm looking at your life plan, and I'm looking at your relationships, the karmic relationships in your life with family members and other loved ones. And I'm going to tell you what happened in a past life in these relationships and what karma is being balanced and how it might get alchemized in this lifetime. And we're going to talk about your past and what the soul intended for certain experiences in your past. And we're going to talk about your future, what I see manifesting for you in your future, what I see on your highest possible timeline, and what are your soul lessons presently and also in the future, and what are the types of specific gifts that your soul desires for you to bring through, and all that and much more. You can ask any questions you'd like during the reading. Second session, we do a quantum energy healing, soul retrieval, inner child healing, and cord cutting session, all in that one 90-minute or longer session. We do all of that, calling back fragments of your soul that have been blasted apart in certain traumas in your life, cutting cords from bad relationships and toxic relationships, restoring your energy that may have been taken from relationships. And then what we do is we work on all of your chakras and your aura, cleaning up anything from your aura that you don't need in there. And there's all sorts of weird stuff that can get in your auric field, and we are able to clean it all out. Third session, we do an intuitive nutrition reading and a chakra scan. This is for your physical health. So if there's anything that's bothering you as far as chronic physical symptoms, fatigue, muscle weakness, pain, headaches, any weird stuff like that, anxiety, we can talk about what is going on in your body, do a scan of your organs, and get some information from my guides and your guides as pertaining to your physical health. It's a medical intuitive reading. And then I'll put together a protocol for you with recommendations that you can take to your doctor as far as supplements that might help you, and as far as the best diet for you, which diet might best serve you, best serve your healing. And also we'll talk about the metaphysical causes of anything you might be going through, and how your emotions and your beliefs and your mental patterns play a role in whatever is manifesting for you physically. You get a chakra scan. I'm going to tell you how each of your chakras are functioning, which chakras need the most work, and how you can repair those chakras and get them to go to their fullest potential. The fourth session we do is Starseed Discovery Session. This is one of the most fun sessions that we do. First of all, I'm going to read for you where you're from in the stars, if you are from the stars. Even if you're not from the stars, this is very helpful because I'm going to tell you exactly where your soul is from. And you're going to get to journey there. So you're going to get to take an astral journey to your home planet or to your place of origin, wherever that may be in the cosmos. And you meet your galactic guides, and you get a pretty clear picture on what your star-seeded or your galactic mission, or wherever you're from, what your mission is here, why your consciousness decided to incarnate here on Earth. And you get 2 bonus webinars, Putting the Past in the Past and Mastering Your Intuition. You get all that in Package A. That's 4 sessions. Package B, you get all that plus a past life regression. You get to travel to usually 2 or 3 lifetimes, and also the space between lives, to discover why certain patterns have repeated for you in this lifetime, and why certain relationships are there for you, what you're going to see firsthand, what happened in a past life that is causing that, what the karma is that is still being carried over, and what you can do about it. And in Package C, you get all that plus a future life progression. You get to travel forward in time in this lifetime to specific points in your future, for example, 1, 5, 10, 20 years ahead, to see your future on your highest timeline, and to bring back that wisdom so you can better plan out what you need to do in the near future to create that. And you get also an additional 5 bonus webinars: A Deeper Level of Forgiveness, Awakening the Divine Masculine, Navigating the Dark Night of the Soul, Dissolving the Ego, and also Spiritual Hygiene, Cord Cutting, and Grounding 101. You get all of that in Package C, and there's also Package D, where you get some bonus optimization coaching sessions as well. So you can check out all the options on my website, youaredivinehuman.org. Scroll your mouse over private sessions, and then it's the first tab under that. It says Spiritual Mentoring, Awakening Coaching. Click on that, and you can see all the options. If you have any questions about the options for the Spiritual Mentoring Package, you can contact me. The easiest way is when you go to my website, in the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a little tab that pops up. It says Matthew John, have questions, ask Matthew. So you can click on that tab and type in your question in your email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you have any personal questions as well, I'm absolutely okay taking brief personal questions for free. Just type in your question, and if it's something that's complicated or that would require reading, I will just respond to your email and say, I would need to book a reading for this. But it doesn't hurt to ask. And also, if the package doesn't work for you, please know that all these sessions are available as a one-off individual session. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to this transmission. I can't wait to be back with you on the next full moon coming up in a fortnight. I'm wishing you a wonderful new moon. Be kind to yourself and hug someone. And hug yourself.